42. Thumper.
You gonna go like hell in a handbag. Listen to what it says. Got to be the truth, and the truth got to come from the Bible.
got to stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. How y'all? It's Thursday again. And you can get involved by calling 888-77-53773. 888-77-JESSE. Jesse, Jesse. And my biblical question is a doozy for those men and women who want to overcome evil, who want to know themselves. And finally, it's happened to me right in front of your face. Finally, you can be free. You can break away, break out of your own prison. It's not for everyone because most human beings, and this you can bank on and count on, they love their misery. They love their aches and pains and heartaches and jealousy and envy and strife and revengeful nature. They are of their father, the devil, and they love it. And they keep themselves, by listening to those demons, they keep themselves from going anywhere. And they roam the earth. They look for you, those demons that's in them, look for you to attack you, can keep you from moving forward. So it's not for those people. It's for those men and women around the world who want to overcome evil, know themselves. And these biblical questions are a reminder of staying present, get to know yourself, all right? It's not for everyone. Jesus said to deny yourself. What does that mean? Jesus said to deny yourself. What does that mean? We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on jesseleepeterson.com/show. jesseleepeterson.com/show. And if you're out and about, moving around, and you just got to do what you got to do because, it's early some places. It's already Friday morning in some places, so you got to run around. You want to listen to the show as it is happening. You can podcast the show and listen on your phone by calling the listen line on TalkStream Live at 605-615-4131. 605-615-4131. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to Buy Me a Coffee. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. Amazing, huh? It is also amazing that today is Thursday, and because we love the Bible Thumpers, every Thursday is Bible Thumper Thursday.
Oh God!
Oh God!
Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'll feel your faith. Yeah. Oh Lord. Oh. Oh, amazing. It is a spiritual battle. It's so interesting too. Before I get to, don't forget to like this video. I'm told to remind you to hit the like right now. There you go. Hit the like. Amazing. So I am lately I've been listening more and more to the Anchor Baby Show and the hakereport.com, the American Anchor Baby and the Hake report.com. And I've learned a lot. It brought things to my remembrance that I had forgotten. And for those who don't know, the Hake Report is right after my show, the JLP Talk Show. And the Anchor Baby Show is right after the Hake Report, the American Anchor Baby. Anchor Baby. Anchor Baby. Am I saying it right?
Yes.
Amazing. It's right after the Hake Report. And what I realized from listening to their shows, I already kind of knew it, but I forgot. And I was reminded. And I wanted to ask, happen to be in the studio right now, and I want to ask the both of them a question, because they are also the experts on the Jesse Lee Peterson show. The experts here. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Again.
Yo.
So that's Hake with the Hake shirt on, the Hake Report shirt.
Thank you.
And you can get it by going to the hakereport.com/stores.
I think it's /shop.
/shop.
Maybe I should switch it to /stores. But if you go to the hakereport.com, there's links. There are links.
Okay. And then way over there, what are you doing over there when you should be over here? The American Anchor Baby. And he has an American Anchor Baby shirt. You just don't see anything on it.
Yet. Right. Can't buy this yet.
My question, I think I started with the Anchor Baby first last time, right?
You may have. I don't remember.
Did you know that words are evil?
Yes. But I wasn't thinking, when I say yes, I'm not necessarily thinking all words.
Give me one that's not.
Love. Okay, that's like the most evil one. Never mind. It doubles as an evil word.
I'm sorry?
It doubles as an evil word.
What?
Love.
Oh.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Meaning most of the time its use and its meaning, its real meaning, what they really mean is evil.
Oh, okay.
But not all the time.
And so do you see that words are evil?
Yeah.
Give me an example.
Well, say Jesus said, or somebody in the Bible said, God is love, or love your neighbor and stuff like that. And that the mind runs wild with that because the mind thinks it knows what love is.
I want to know what love is.
And so there's those who poo-poo such a notion, saying, oh, so I'm going to just let them run all over me. And then there's others who think that they're loving, but they're not.
I want you to show me.
So words very different from meaning.
I'm talking about love. Did you know that words are evil? Anchor baby. The American anchor baby.
Yeah.
You knew that they were evil?
I've thought about it a bunch. I've had the opportunity to think about that a lot.
Give me an example.
I mean, the words. Like, I was having a conversation with someone, and I thought they meant something by a certain word, and they meant something completely different. But I don't know if I know that words are evil. Like, if I completely know that, but words can be like used to deceive, and it's all happening in your head too. Because I thought something completely different.
Have you noticed, either one of you or both of you, that words causes people to react in one way or another one, in a so-called good way or a bad way?
I have indeed.
Both of you say yes?
Yeah.
Can you give me examples? Or at least both of you give me one example apiece?
Like, people, you control each other's thoughts with the words you say if you're not paying attention. And you can, like when you, what I'm trying to say is that you can make someone think something. You can make someone mad, sort of. Of course, that's happening in them, but you kind of control people's thoughts, especially unaware people, with the things you say. Because you trigger things, because they don't control their own.
Yeah.
So you're always, like, triggering things. All your words are, like, these trigger things, these, like, trigger pulls. And if you're not paying attention, it's like this chain reaction of stuff. It's pretty evil.
Amazing. And do you have another example, Hake?
Repeat what the example of it was?
That people react to words one way or another.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
Yes, I have.
Give me an example.
So many come to mind. So this morning I was thinking about how you say the B word.
What a bitch!
You're not supposed to gasp. That's wrong.
Why are you gasping?
Just to put on a show. Hamming it up. But people, I have said that I was trained to where that's a bad word. I don't say that word. Except sometimes.
What word?
Maybe. The B word. But anyway, like, you know, the feminists turned it into a bad word, just like the blacks turned the N-word into a bad, either the blacks or the experts, the educated people, the liars. They turn these words into always a bad word that you should never say. And so that's an example, because people even who know that it's not a bad word to you, they think you shouldn't say it because in the popular culture, it's a bad word.
I grew up hearing that word all my life. Mm-hmm. All my life. But I never knew it was a bad word, like a curse word or anything, until I moved here to L.A. It always meant, the word bitch always meant a wet hen, that the woman is acting like a wet hen.
Dog.
A wet dog, female dog, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A wet female dog, which you were acting out all mad and carrying on.
Do female dogs get mad when they're wet?
They get very grouchy.
When they're wet?
Yes. And so does female chickens.
Okay. I mean, I know that cats don't like to get wet.
And so the older people over me, and even some young people, when they use that word, it meant that woman is acting, look how she's acting out like a little wet hen or a female dog.
Yes.
And so I never thought of it. And I still don't believe it's a curse word or anything like that.
How about
just
an
because
impolite word?
What?
How about an impolite word?
What does that mean?
Meaning it could be impolite depending on the situation. Depending on your place. Never mind. Go on.
Yeah, is it impolite?
No, obviously you treat it a little bit differently from just the word car.
Right. Well, it all depends on what kind of car you have, electric car or
Because car has
a
no
real car.
Yeah, yeah, electric car. You would say that with a little bit more disdain. Anyway, go ahead.
That's a really good example, though.
Okay, so that's one example, but I mean just normal words, because there's a lot of people who are who are into criticizing Israel, and if somebody who is a total phony also criticizes Israel, they will think that person is based sometimes. People will be like, oh, this one gal is based, or oh, this one politician is based on the truth. But it's only because they're saying the quote-unquote right thing to tickle their ears, to say what their itching ears want to hear or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I realized that all human beings, until they overcome, think that words have power. And I really noticed that when I listened to the recent shows of you guys, you and the anchorman Hank, and I realized that people think the words have power. And in these particular shows right now, the people are reacting to the so-called N-word. And to hear it, I realized, wow, they really think that words have power. And what I realize is that as long as you are you're going to believe that words have power. And you will be affected by words. Because as long as you are you, and you don't allow yourself to fall to pieces, fall apart, so you don't exist anymore, then you're going to believe that words have power. And so I noticed that with the N-word, I'm like, wow, what is it about this that's making the people react to that word? And so I realized that fallen people are subject to words, because children of God are not subject to words at all. Because you got to use words to communicate here on earth with one another. But if you have returned to the Father, then a word is just a communication word that doesn't affect you at all when you are no longer you. And so as long as you're you got to think that words have power. And people worship words. They literally worship words. For an example, Christians, religious people, and not just Christians, so I'm saying religious people across the board. They hear the word God. They hear that word God. And they worship God in their mind with the word God. It's like if you write God, the word God on a piece of paper, it's just a word on a piece of paper. But when you think God and you hear about God, you worship God in your mind, and it's just a word. And that's why it doesn't work for you. God doesn't have anything to do with you. There are people who worship Mary, and they pray to Mary. And because with words, they have been told to worship Mary, the mother of God. And Mary got nothing to do with anything, except she was a virgin and had a baby for God used her to make a baby. But they worship the word, God. They worship the Bible. Somebody told them this book called Bible is the word of God. And they worship that word, the Bible. And that's all that's all they get from it is a worship of words. And they think those words have power because they're in the darkness and cannot see. And so they identify with the words. And words can be hurting, and they are hurting to a lot of people. Words make you feel so-called good or bad. Either feeling, both feelings are wrong. Feelings are wrong. But you feel it because you are you. And so it is so insane to be affected by words. Look how people treat each other using words. And then when you react to the treatment of others who use words against you, you believe you're reacting. You believe they're hurting you because you believe words have power. And as long as there's a you, you're going to believe that, and you will be hurt. The fake you, not the real you, but the fake you will be hurt. And as long as you just believe the word God, or the word Jesus, or the word Mary, or the word N-word, or whatever word that people use against you, or even the word that you're such a nice person, you're a good person, you will always be affected. They'll make you feel good or they'll make you feel bad. And that's why when you return to the Father, you overcome words. And yes, you use words to communicate, but it's just a word that you're using to communicate to one another. With God, when you and God are one, you don't communicate with God with words. Only in the fallen state that you use words. When you are you. And I noticed that a lot of people take words as reality. They hear it, they believe it, and it become reality. And I'm like, well, what about this and what about that? And then they get mad when you ask them, what about this and what about that? Because they got to think about what they believe, and they realize what they believe is not real, but they still defend it. What a sad way to live, huh? If you notice, religious people never really truly know God. And not just religious people, but secular people, non-religious people, atheists. The word atheist is just a word, and the person believes that they're an atheist. And they identify as atheists because they're falling for the word or whatever word you believe. You can believe in your pot, your drugs, your sex life, and everything, and you believe it, not knowing that it's just a word, and then you fall for it, and then it has power over you, over the not you, the false you. What a sad way to live. And you're not going to know and understand this until you come out of your prison. And you're never going to get out of prison until you allow the prison to collapse. You got to let your whole self collapse, your false self. The false ideas about yourself and others. The ups and down feelings about yourself and others. The worry, the jealousy, the revenge, the drag queen identity, homosexual identity, white, black, Mexican, Jewish identity. Everything got to collapse if you want to walk out of the prison. The preacher identity, the teacher identity, the whatever identity, the drunk identity, the murder identity. You got to let them collapse if you want to be free of words and of the world. Otherwise, you will always think that words have power and they have meanings, and you will react. I've been hearing a lot about, in America now, I'm hearing more and more people who are just like Israel. And so they're telling me that I hear more and more than ever. And when I ask why or they just like Trump, because Trump support Israel, they say. And I was like, so how's that affecting you? Well, he going to war for Israel. And so I'm like, well, how does that affect you? Well, he said he's going to put America first. How is he not putting America first? And they all have answer for that because they tend to all say the same thing. And so they've heard one say it, and so the crowd came. And when I asked for it, what do you mean? How are you being affected? Why are you not doing this? They get mad at me. They were just, you're playing dumb. I'm like, well, I am black and slow, so I'm asking for understanding. And they have no understanding. They walk away in anger. But they have the words. And they are affected. They have been affected by those words and don't even know it. The Orthodox religion, I hear more and more about it now. Somebody in that religion have convinced the people they should worship Mary, but they don't call it worship. They call it Mother Mary, and they praying to her so that Mother Mary can somebody intercede for them. When Christ said God would send you an interceder, the Holy Spirit, he said, I'm going to send you Mary. But somebody told them with words, using words, well, you should cry about it. On Saturday night, Friday night, we were going to close the doors and turn the lights out and cry over Mary. And they're going to ask Mary to pray on their behalf. When you have a teacher, the Holy Spirit, to pray on your behalf. And somebody using words, but because you're still in you believe that and you do it. Think about that. And you can't convince a person or people who believe in words or think that words have power. You cannot convince them that they're wrong. And don't even try. Because the preacher said it, so it must be true, they say. They believe the word saint because somebody called somebody else a saint. Now they calling everybody a saint. Don't even know what a saint is. Wouldn't recognize a saint if he walked up and smacked them in the face. But it's a word, and they are being affected by the words. They take words as reality, and they stay in hell. Hell on earth inside of human beings. 888-7753-773. Quick break. Back in a moment. We have a counseling service, and I have to admit, thanks to God, it is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, They have rough lives. They're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven. Bible Thumper Thursday, 888-7753-773. The Women's Forum is tonight. It is the third Thursday of the month. Tonight at 7 p.m., ladies, come on down, going up to the 50th floor and beyond. And check out Punching TV with Bill. Bill did a brand new episode yesterday, and you can podcast that. Punching TV with Bill. And the Hate Report is coming up at 9 a.m., right after my show, after JLP Talk, the Hate Report. I want to quickly show you the effects of words. Oh, let me just read this. My producer, Derek, just gave me this. I guess he's trying to justify worshiping Mary or praying to Mary on your behalf. Oh, sorry. And it happened as he spoke these things that a certain woman from the crowd raised her voice and said to him, "Blessed is the womb that bore Mary. That bore you. And the breast which nourished you." So that's from Luke 11:27-28. So I guess the preachers have told the congregation in the Orthodox religion that means you should worship Mary because Mary was a virgin and Jesus came through her. So you need to let her pray for you. Can you get into Dharma and people believe it? They're not telling you that there was just another woman who was excited that Mary was the one that was lucky enough to have Jesus, to be used to have Jesus. And they have been told to worship. Pray to Mary. And Jesus said, "You know not what to pray for. The Holy Spirit I will send to you, because I'm going back home. I ain't got time to be hanging out down here. And don't worry, I'm going to send you a teacher, and he will intercede for you." Luke 11:28, Jesus saying, Blessed rather are those who hear the word of God and obey it. But the people worship the word because they are reacting to the word and they think the word has power. They even tell you the Bible is inflatable by the word of God. Whatever inflatable is, they stuck with that word. God said to overcome the world. And as long as all you have is you, then you are going to believe that words can hurt you or make you feel good. Some people have been told that if you want to know God, you really want to know him, I don't know if they eat or drink the mushrooms. And you're going to know God. And they believed it because they believed the word. And it stuck. And because they believe words have power over them. And words do have power over you. So as long as you are you, they will have power over you. They have you so afraid you can't even function. There are people who cannot even leave their home because words are controlling them. They're afraid to go out of the house. There are people who are afraid to just simply live their lives because the words are affecting them inside of their mind and inside of others. There are people who compare themselves to others. They want to be like others because of words. They want to be rich because of words. They want to be ambitious. They want to get married and have children and do this because of words. And then they become worse. They are miserable. You do what you want, but when you're into words like this, all you have is you. And you're miserable. You're in prison. You got to let you fall to pieces. You can no longer be you if you want to be free. You got to let the prison's walls fall to pieces. And then you will be free. And you will have a real life right here on earth. I want to show you what words have, according to this report, have done. And I don't blame the words, I blame the people who believe the words. First, Romans said, Romans 5, 1 through 4 said, therefore, having been justified by faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ. I don't know if this is written like that in the normal Bible. These are like abnormal Bibles that we're getting these from, I think. Because when I read my Bible, it don't be saying all this, but okay. Oh, there is telling me that it's coming from the never nutty, what? Oh, the New King James, no wonder. The New King James Version of the Bible, whatever that is. I know it's a lot of words right here to confuse you. But anyway, therefore being justified by faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ, and rejoice in hope of the glory of God. And not only that, but we rejoice, but we also glory in tribulation, knowing that tribulation produces perseverance, and perseverance, character, and character, hope. This doesn't even make somebody mess up the Bible. See how it is? They put words in there to confuse you. But the simple way to this, rejoice in tribulation. Tribulations works patience in your life. Now, right away, your mind tell you with words what tribulation means, and the mind is lying to you about what it means to rejoice in tribulation. Right away, you're going to think of outside influences, name callings, personal attacks. Because I hear a lot of Christians who be yelling at folk with the Bible, preaching the word, and they get yelled back. And they say, well, you're just attacking me because I have the word of God. I'm a Christian. And so they think they're going through tribulation because they're looking to the outside for the answer and not really discovering what real tribulation is. But in America, there are more and more people, for whatever reason, attacking Israel. They don't like Israel anymore. And I guess, and according to this report, not I guess, but according to this report, there are Jews in Israel who are doing the same thing to the Christians, according to this report. It's all same demons everywhere. The devil tell all religious people the same thing. And the devil, with words inside of your mind, and he bring other people to you with words inside of their mind and deceive you with words. And so there are some Americans who are attacking the Jews. And according to NBC News, Christian leaders and Israeli activists says aggression and attacks by Jewish extremists against clergy and nuns in Jerusalem are on the rise. Watch this.
On April 28th, a French nun was walking near the ancient walls of Jerusalem's Old City when a man closed in and threw her to the ground. The accused Jewish extremist turned back to kick her until he was confronted and kicked by a bystander. The incident went viral on social media and was condemned by Israel. But I wondered how isolated it was. Dozens of security videos and interviews with Christian leaders and a Jewish activist suggest attacks are on the rise and frequent, especially in the Old City. I spoke with Benedictine nun Sister Mary Madeline, who has lived near Jerusalem for 30 years and regularly visits the Old City. How do you feel now when you come?
Now, when you come here,
Yes.
I am always quite afraid.
Afraid?
Yeah, like, what happened to the sisters, I'm aware that could happen to me tomorrow.
Amazing, huh? See how the devil tell everybody the same thing? Every religious person, every non-religious person, around the world, in every race. The devil tell you the same thing, and then you react because you believe words have power. And you take it out on others because you're evil. You worship words. Religious people worship words, and they get no further than never knowing God. Just the word. Just the word about God, and just the idea about God. All religious people, it doesn't matter what religion it is. So they're fighting Israel. According to the report, they're fighting the Christians in Israel, and in America, the Christians and other religions are fighting the Jews. And you call that love. You're standing up for God. Israel police arrested a 36-year-old Israeli motivated by hostility toward a religious group. Watch this.
Israeli police arrested the man who attacked the French nun in April, identified as a 36-year-old Israeli settler from the occupied West Bank. He's facing charges of assault motivated by hostility toward a religious group. Israel's foreign ministry posted on X, this shameful act stands in direct contradiction to the values of respect, coexistence, and religious freedom upon which Israel is founded and to which it remains deeply committed. Adding Israel is also committed to ensuring that Jerusalem remains a city where every community can live, pray, and practice its faith in safety and dignity.
Jerusalem! Jerusalem! O ye Jerusalem! When that person, according to the report, attacked that woman, that female, knocked her out, it's the same thing that blacks do to white people in America, because they believe words have power. They get mad, and they walk up on white people, smack them in the head, and knock them out, because they believe words have power. Good or bad, which are both wrong, They believe it has power. And it's going to be that way as long as you have you. Because that's all you have is you. You don't have God. You don't have the truth. You don't have love. You just have you. When you stop being you, when there's no longer a you, then you shall know the truth. And the truth will make you free. But it's not going to do it as long as you are you. And that you can bank on. Why do you think Satan used words? And God uses understanding. Because Satan used the words against you. They call you the N-word. They call you a name. You better fight, or you better hide, or you better this or that. And God tell you in the knowing to forgive them. Don't react. Be a doormat. They're not attacking you at all. Overcome the world. 888-7753-773. Let me go to Levi, our first time call out of Tennessee. Levi, you are on the air.
Hello, Jess.
Hey, Levi.
Hey, I'm doing fine. How are you?
All is well.
Okay, that's cool. Hey, Jess, what do you think about the Trinity and the person of Jesus?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing?
No.
Okay.
What do you think about it?
Okay. The reason why I brought it up, when you think about Jesus, you think about him as the Son of God, right?
No.
All right. God bless you.
He hung up. What the? 888-77. Why he hung up there?
I don't know. I guess he was expecting something else, maybe, but he could have stuck in there a little.
I don't
You don't believe he's the Son of God?
I don't think about Jesus as the Son of God. I know that Jesus is the Son of God. I know that Jesus and I are brothers. I don't even think about that. Because when you think about it, that's all you have are thoughts. That's what I'm trying to tell you now, Levi. Jesus as a personhood. Who'd have made that kind of language up? The Trinity, and then Jesus as the personhood. Language. And you believe it, and then you repeat it, and all you have is words with no meaning. And it doesn't do anything for you. 888-77. Levi hung up. He seemed frustrated, I guess. Let me go to Eva. Out of Tennessee. I believe that's Eva. Eva, you are on the air.
Hey, Jesse. How are you?
Hey, Eva.
Hi. You doing all right?
All is well. It's amazing.
I'm gonna. So I was calling to ask you if you can help me with
Speak up a little bit, Eva, right into your phone.
Yes.
Okay.
I was calling to ask you about something that I have difficulty with.
Okay.
Is speaking to adult people.
To what?
I'm an adult myself, and I find it difficult to speak to adult people, and I don't understand it.
You find it difficult to speak to adult people?
Yes, like to have a conversation or even to address something that I find wrong or anything. And it's just like middle adult people. Like I can speak to elderly people just fine. I love elderly people, children. I love to speak to children, to elderly, and I'm okay with that. But then if I have to speak to an adult, like my age, for example, or
How old are you?
around my age, I'm 36.
Are you a first-time caller?
No, I've called you many times, and actually, it was really difficult for me.
I'm sorry?
The first few times.
And so
I'm sorry?
you find it difficult to talk to people your age?
Yeah, like around like my age, like not elderly or like children. Any age in between.
Give me
don't understand why.
Give me an example of you being afraid to communicate with people your age, adult people.
Like, for example, I'm specifically calling today because I am going to have a conversation with a principal of a school for my daughter's school.
Right.
And just thinking about calling to make the appointment, it makes me nervous. My heart starts to beat really hard. It's literally the same thing that happened to me when I went to forgive my parents. The same reaction.
Oh, okay.
Like a physical reaction to it, and I start to shake and I get nervous, and I don't understand why this happens to me and why I can't overcome it or how to overcome it.
And so your question is what?
How do I get past it? Like how can I guess be an adult, like a proper adult?
You with this teacher, for example, you got to let go of the title. The title teacher or principal or reverend or pastor or prophet or all that mess. It's just a title, but you have made a God out of them because of their titles, and because you have made them a God, you don't deal with them like you would a non-title person. But get rid of the title, and all you're doing is going to talk to a principal at a school, a man that playing the role of a principal or a woman, and it's just that person. They're no smarter or anything than you. It's just a regular person. So don't see them as special.
Yeah.
Don't see them as smarter than you. What?
Yeah. You've told me before, like, it's anger, and I'm trying to, like, get to the bottom of it. Like, why do I have anger, I guess, towards that person? I don't know. I'm still kind of confused sometimes.
Let go of the title of the person. Can you do that?
I can, and actually I was thinking about that yesterday because you always tell me, like, I'm just Jesse, it's just Jesse, and I'm thinking, it's just, such and such by name, not saying the principal or anything, but it's just the person, it's just the woman.
That's
just,
all that it is. But the people of the world, they use titles to control you, to make you think that they're smarter than you, or to make you think this or that, make you think they know God and you don't, all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Make you worship Mary.
Yeah, that's true. I wish I could talk to people the way I talk to like an elderly person.
Don't even wish that.
Just why?
No, hold on, Eva. Let me take a break. Can you hold?
Yeah.
888-77-JESSE, the hate news, not the fake news coming 2 miles ago. Back in a moment. I totally disagree with the way things are going, but you can't be angry because that's what the enemy wants. He wants to control you. They do things to make you mad so they can control you. It's like being married, and the wife would do things to make you mad, or she'll do things to make you feel good. And men do that to women too when they want something from the woman, especially sex. They'll make her feel good, or they'll make her angry. And the woman's gonna have to say, you don't want to be angry. You want to speak up. You want to disagree with what's going on. It's wrong, but do not be angry. Then you won't have fear. You won't have doubt. You won't have worries. You'll be able to see, but you got to stay away from anger. That's why you must forgive your mothers and your fathers so that you can overcome the spirit of anger. It's a spirit and it's wicked. Nothing good in anger because it has no love, folks. You need love to defeat evil. And love is not a weakness. It's a strength. It's from God. It's His nature.
Some serious mess going on in this here world. Am I right or am I right? This is the end of our one of Bible Thumper Thursday, y'all. The 21st of May, AD 2026. Hang tight, callers, Eva and the rest. JLP will be right back to your calls. We'll get to your super chats as well, y'all, including from yesterday and today. It is hake news, not fake news. You can call in. There's one line open, okay? Nice. Stephen Colbert, according to Common Nonsense Network, will sign off from The Late Show. Is that the show that he hosted? Tonight, ending his run in the storied CBS chair, once occupied by David Letterman. Another piece of work. What comes next for one of the TV's biggest personalities is an open question. Others across the industry are trying to navigate the fragile world of network so-called comedy. What a mess. And artificial intelligence, also known as AI, concerns about AI replacing human workers have simmered over the past year as companies slash headcounts, saying automation will streamline operations and cut costs. Officials have also warned that increasingly advanced AI systems could intensify cyber attacks and other digital threats. Wow. Amid those concerns, the white on the inside White House, with our greatest President Trump in it, could issue an executive order as soon as today that would push for a government review of new AI models before they're released publicly. Anyway, a compensation fund. Have you heard about this? Our greatest president, Donald J. Trump's administration, has created a nearly $1.8 billion with a B dollar fund to compensate people who claim they faced political persecution. Lawfare, right? Warfare using law by the liberals and the whatever. They're all liberals, including the rhinos. Anyway, but the effort establishment is the word I was looking for. Yeah. The effort is already facing so-called legal challenges from the establishment. Two so-called police officers who supposedly defended the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, 2021 AD, when Trump supporters, some of them rioted. Most of them were quite peaceful, actually. They're now suing to stop any payout to violent protesters who could benefit. But what if the punishment doesn't fit the crime? You know, what if it was lawfare even against people who were a little violent? What about that, coppers? Anyway, Iran's weapons. Iran is rebuilding its military capabilities much faster than anyone expected. Well, than expected by some. Anyway, following recent U.S.-Israeli strikes on its weapons infrastructure. So sources tell Common Nonsense Network that Iran has already restarted some drone production during the 6-week ceasefire that began early April, a sign that it is rapidly restoring its degraded military capabilities, which is nice. That's nice. They ought to be. And so if we destroy their bridges and roadways, they can probably rebuild those quickly too. So civilization is not necessarily lost. Hopefully they will say uncle soon. Uncle Trump. California wildfires, multiple wildfires, have prompted evacuation warnings for tens of thousands in SoCal, Southern California. A massive blaze that officials say was human-caused, and that's a quote, has scorched nearly a third of Santa Rosa Island. Did you know there is a Santa Rosa Island in Channel Islands National Park, threatening a fragile ecosystem home to dozens of rare plants and animals, including some found nowhere else on Earth. It's horrible. These arsonist people. I wonder who it was and if we can politicize it, because it is political. Anyway, food preservatives, common food preservatives often marked as natural, may be linked to an increased risk of high blood pressure and heart disease, per a new study. They found people who consumed more foods containing additives like citric acid, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, has a 22% greater risk of developing high blood pressure. Interesting, huh? I'm James Hake. Now back to the J.C. Lee Peterson Show, Hour 2.
got to stand up strong. Ain't the truth about themselves to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. Hi, y'all. You can get involved by calling 888-7753-773, 888-77-JESSE. And my biblical question, Jesus said to deny yourself. What does that mean? Jesus said to deny yourself. What does that mean? Amazing, huh? We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on jesseleepeterson.com/show, jesseleepeterson.com/show. And if you got to run around, but you would love to still listen to the show while it is happening, you can podcast and listen on your phone, no matter where you are, by calling the listen line on TalkStream Live at 605-615-4131. 605-615-4131. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. It's Thursday. It is Bible Thumper Thursday.
All right, brother. Are you ready? He's drunk as a badger. Go ahead. Let that Holy Ghost language come up out of you. Go ahead.
Yanda. Amazing. Bible Thumper Thursday. Let me go back to Eva out of Tennessee. Eva, you're back on the air. So you have fear talking to adults, not senior citizens or children, but adults your age, right?
Yes, my age or around my age.
Right. And what is it that you fear about it?
I don't know, but if I think about it, I think, well, elderly people can't hurt me and children can't hurt me, but I think like adults can hurt me, I guess, in the back of my mind. But
hurt you in what way?
I don't know. I mean, I figure it's something that I've inherited from my parents, like the anxiety and that fear, but I don't know how to overcome that because I don't want my children to be like me.
And so you want to overcome it?
Yes.
Stop thinking about it.
I know, but what about the physical reaction? That's my main. I understand, like.
But can you have the physical reaction if you don't have the mental, psychological reaction? Is it if you didn't have the thoughts, would you have the feelings?
Yes. So don't think about it and. Oh.
If you didn't have the thoughts, would you have the feelings?
Yeah. Is that you're asking me if I didn't have the thoughts, would I have the feeling?
Yes.
Probably not. But right before I called you, my husband texted me, like, set up that appointment for the principal. And as soon as I got that message and I read it, it was like my heart was pounding out of my chest. and I get shaky, and I'm like, why? Why?
If you didn't have the thoughts, would you have the feelings?
No.
So the
Like
answer.
if I didn't know about it, no.
And so the answer is what?
Don't think about it, but I have to do it, so I have to think about it.
Why?
Because I have to make an appointment, and I have to, figure everything out to be able to get over there on time and everything. I have to
But
think
why
about
do you need to think about that rather than just do that?
Because I don't want to be late. I hate being late. I have to.
So why don't you
I
just
don't know.
get up and do what you got to do rather than thinking about what you got to do?
So I know what to say. I don't know. You're making me think back to when I forgave my parents, and I was thinking about what I was going to say, and I don't know.
What do you mean by that?
Like I'm thinking about, this is what I'm going to say, and
what would happen if you didn't think about what you're going to say, but wait and see what you need to say when you get there? What would happen?
I'm afraid I don't know what to say, or I won't know.
What would happen?
I don't know. I don't even know. I'm so confused.
What would happen if you didn't think about being afraid?
Then I probably wouldn't be afraid.
I'm sorry?
Then I probably wouldn't be afraid if I didn't think about being afraid.
What would happen if you didn't think about being afraid?
Nothing, I guess.
I'm sorry?
Nothing.
So why did you do that then? Why did you stop thinking about those things?
Well, how can I do it without thinking about it? I have to call and set up the appointment, and I'm thinking about it when I'm doing that. So
why don't you stop thinking about being afraid?
I don't know. I think because it's painful, maybe. I don't know.
What?
It's painful.
It's painful to stop thinking about being afraid?
I don't know, Jesse.
Did you say it's painful to stop thinking about fear?
Yeah.
How is it painful to stop thinking about fear? You have the pain because you're thinking about fear. If you didn't think about it, how would you have pain?
I don't know.
Why don't you do it and see
all
what happens?
All I know is that I don't want my children to deal with what I deal with. That's all. That's all I want.
Why don't you stop thinking about fear and see what happens? You have pain from thinking about fear, right?
Yeah, it's something's painful about it.
Do you have pain
I feel
from
like I'm
thinking,
protecting myself.
Do you have pain from thinking about fear?
I'm thinking about.
When you think about
to
Eva,
protect myself.
Eva, when you think about fear, do you have pain?
Yes.
When you don't think about fear, do you have pain?
No.
And so the key, the right way then is what?
To not think about it.
Think about what?
About anything. About.
I rest my case.
Yeah.
I rest my case. It's the thinking that brings on all the emotions, which are false too, of fear. Fear doesn't even exist. It's just you think it does. And who's doing this thinking? Who is doing all this thinking about fear and what's going to happen? And I can't talk to people my age or older people. Who is doing all that thinking and action?
Whoever's controlling my thoughts.
And who is that?
Satan.
And why do you keep worshiping Satan?
I don't know, probably because I've done it since I was a small child, and I don't know any different.
So why don't you practice not doing it and see what happens? Just because you've been doing it since you were a child, and I agree with that, and I do understand that, now you're an adult. You don't have to do it anymore if you don't want to.
So is it like a repetitive thing?
So why don't you stop?
Because I haven't...
You haven't what?
Sorry, go ahead. Because I haven't done it regularly enough to train myself to just automatically just not think.
Why are you so lazy?
I don't know. I think too much.
Why are you so lazy? Why aren't you working on yourself?
Well, I'm too busy thinking.
And who is doing the thinking?
Satan.
And why you call it, I'm too busy thinking?
I'm too busy listening to Satan, I guess.
And you know why you're doing that, right?
Because, no, I don't.
I'm sorry?
I don't.
You love it. You get a thrill out of emotions. You get a thrill from being a victim. You get a thrill from being afraid. It's all a thrill to you, and you love it. That's why you won't let it go. When will you ever stop loving your thrills?
I want to.
Why don't you stop then?
Is it supposed to be like a you stop and then that's it and it never happens again? Because I have gotten better.
Right. And so why don't you stay working on getting better?
It takes time.
Why do you think about time? Why don't you just do it? What do you mean by it take time?
Well, when I first started listening to you, I was a totally different person. And after listening to you and then talking to you a few times and forgiving my parents, things have changed. And it's not been like just overnight. It just happened. I mean, it took time. I had to understand what you were saying and then forgive my parents, and a little bit more change started happening. So I assume that it's progressive.
And for the sake of communication, yes, it does take time. But why don't you just, right now you got a situation where you got to go and deal with the principal at a school about your child. Why don't you just be aware of those thoughts telling you what's going to happen, you're afraid, but don't give into it and go and do what you got to do and see what happens.
I do listen to the silent prayer, and it does help me, like, just look at the thoughts and try to let them go, but also the physical reaction is what, and then I try not to get upset about the physical reaction, but sometimes it's difficult, and that makes it worse.
And would you have the physical action if you didn't have the psychological mental thoughts? Would you have the physical reaction without the thoughts?
No.
So why don't you pay attention to that rather than the physical reaction?
As in the not thinking.
I'm sorry?
At all. You mean as in don't think at all, and then it won't go to the next step, is what you're saying?
If you didn't get into the thoughts, they would just fade away. There would be no next step. But because you believe in them and thinking that is you, they fall into emotions, and now you feel the emotion in your body. You think you're the emotion. You think that you are the fear. And you say, I'm afraid. I'm so scared. I can't talk to people my age. You believe in a lie by identifying with it and reacting to it.
Right.
Why don't you stop? Or if you catch yourself doing it because you've been living that way for so long, why don't you catch it and realize that's what's going on and do nothing about it and do what you need to do in the present moment? If you got to go to the school, just go on to the school. Or you got to do this, talk to a person your age, talk to the person your age, and just watch what the thoughts are telling you, but don't call them you. Why don't you do that?
I will.
Why haven't you been doing that?
I have to go to that appointment tomorrow, so like I know I have to do it. I think what keeps me in the fear is the fact that that when I do listen to the thoughts and if I do that, I'm going to panic, and then the shaking and the heart racing and everything happens, and so I get into that thought, and that's what keeps me in the fear of not. I don't want that to happen, so then I think about it, and it's like a circle that never ends.
And so how will you know that God exists if you don't let yourself fall apart? Why don't you when that's happening, why don't you just let it happen, fall to pieces, so that you can get to know God? You can't know God until you fall to pieces. I'm falling to pieces, yeah.
Whenever you were falling to pieces, was it not painful?
I pray to God that I do believe in. Why don't you fall to pieces?
I guess I still feel like I can like keep from it hurting so bad, like maybe fall softly, you know?
Well, no, why don't you just let it all crumble? Let the whole building
painful, though. It is.
What?
It is painful.
Are you the pain?
Because I am falling to pieces.
Are you the pain?
No, I'm not.
So why do you identify with the pain?
But you still feel it.
Yeah, you do feel it. But the pain is in the body. You're not the body nor the pain. You're never going to know God until you fall to pieces. You got to let it all unravel. Just let it all come tumbling down, and then you'll walk out of prison.
Well, I know you're right, because so far, everything that I've learned from you, you know, it's been proven to be true, and no other counseling has ever done anything for me.
They're never, though. People don't know anything. They're lying to you. You got lost people going to lost people for help. Think about that one.
Yeah, it's a waste of time and money.
Yeah. Because you're going to lost people asking for help, and they don't have it. They have degrees, but they're still lost. You have people now, I remember the day when I was growing up, parents decided when their sons and daughters can start dating. And in those days, it was around 15, 16 in that area, right? But nowadays, the parents have given up that decision about their own children, and they're letting the so-called experts and the government tell them when their children should date. Oh, your child's too young. Your child's too this. Lost people are relying on lost people to guide their lives. Think about that one. Government or experts have no business in telling you how to raise your own child. They don't know how to, they're lost. They don't know how to raise children. They don't know what age a child should date. You know that as a parent.
Right.
But why don't you, because of time, why don't you why don't you be brave? Why don't you be a hero and face this death that is at your door? Ego death, false self-death. Why don't you be brave, be a soldier, and go through that?
I want to and I will, but it is heavy.
That's a real hero. One that is not afraid to die of the ego.
Well, I'm going to do it.
Why aren't you doing it now? What do you mean I'm going to do it?
I'm doing it. I mean,
now is the time, not gonna.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Well,
so why don't you wipe your tears away?
You've helped me a lot, Jesse.
What?
I said I don't want to take up more of your time, but you've helped me a lot, and it's going to help me for the rest of my life, and I appreciate you, and my children's life too.
And you're welcome, but stay with it, and let this false stop being you. Let it die, so that the real you can wake up to life while you live right here on earth. You can have life now, but you got to die from the death, the false self, the false identity. They're just false identities. They're just thoughts. That's all it is, a thought or thoughts. And that's why when you catch them before they fall into the sea of emotions, you're not going to feel the emotion because you're going to realize, oh, that was just a thought, and it would disappear.
Right.
It's just a thought, Eva. The thoughts tell you you're afraid of talking to older people or people your age, and you believe it, and then you react to it, and that's where the problem is.
Right.
It's just a thought, Eva.
Okay.
And so just like you face your parent and you realize it wasn't as bad as you thought it was going to be, deal with the world in the same way, and you will see it's not as bad as you thought it would be.
It was harder to forgive my father, actually, than my mother, and I thought it was going to be backwards. And so you're right, it is. They're just thoughts, and we don't know what's going to happen.
Always have a way to see about life. Never assume what's going to happen or will not happen. Have a way to see. Her phone dropped.
Looks like it.
Even your phone dropped, disconnected, something happened. But go and do what you got to do, Eva. All right? It's just a thought. And stay with the silent prayer and watch. Let me go to BJ out of Dallas. BJ, you are on the air. Eva phone dropped. BJ, you're on the air.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, BJ.
Hey, I wanted to get your take on something I heard about melancholy, or what people call depression.
Depression?
I'm sorry, say that again?
You said what people call depression?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're aware of what's going on, isn't it, and you can see clearly, and you know people around you are in hell, that really depression? Or is that being awake? I'm
sorry, BJ, repeat that again.
So people call like depression like something that's bad, and like something's wrong with you. But isn't it really just seeing things clearly, that all your choices have consequences? The people around you, they don't care. And isn't that a good thing?
Are you asking me if depression a good thing?
Yeah, shouldn't...
How can depression be a good thing if it's evil?
Well, if it wakes you up to the fact that how you think the world works doesn't work, and you can realize that, wouldn't that be a good thing?
But depression cannot wake you up. Depression puts you asleep or keeps you asleep.
Yeah. Especially if you're taking drugs. But
no, not even if you're not even taking drugs. Depression is evil.
I guess I'm asking, if someone comes to you saying they're depressed, would it be a okay thing to say, "Hey, you're just being forced to wake up"?
No.
Or to continue living in hell?
They tell them that they're angry and they can't see. And so you call melancholy and depression. Is that right, James? Melancholy, and that's what that is?
That's what he called it.
Is it that?
I don't know, maybe. Yes.
You heard melancholy before?
Yep.
And it means depression?
That's how he just used it, yes. And I would say yes, too.
Oh, okay. So melancholy is not a normal state of being. It's not even real, to be honest. And it's not happening to you. BJ.
You're saying they're depressed or I'm sad or whatever. Do you think it would be an okay way to leverage saying you believed lies and you only realize it now that you're experiencing the consequences?
Do you understand?
Or is that a bad idea?
BJ, I'm sorry. Repeat that one more time.
I do.
If someone comes to you and says, like, I'm depressed or I'm sad, or, whatever word they want to use to describe it,
right?
Do you think it's a wise time to say the reason these things are making you feel this way is because you're realizing that what you believe to be true is not true?
No.
No?
No, because people don't realize why they're angry. That is not true. They only realize
so what
when
would you do in that situation?
They only realize it when the light come in and shows them that it's not true.
What would you do in that situation?
Well, I would have to be in that situation. You mean like if someone were to ask me?
Yeah.
Let me ask.
People
Are
ask me this all the time for
you
whatever reason.
melancholy?
No, I'm the opposite. I'm an eternal optimist.
What does that mean?
I'm just, everything is fine all the time.
What does that mean, eternal optimist?
Just that life is good. It doesn't, whatever's going on does not affect how I move through the world.
Oh, and so, well, why are you having problem with melancholy then?
Well, I'm not, but a lot of my friends are, and they frequently ask me, like, why are you happy, or why, whatever they see in me that they don't have.
And what do you say to them when they ask?
Normally, I tell them exactly what you say. All thoughts are all lies all the time about everything. And, of course, they immediately say, oh, no, who would I be without my emotions?
And what do you say then?
What happens when you chop off your arm? Are you less of the same person because you're now lacking an arm you once had?
Hold on, BJ. Let me take a quick break. Can you hold?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. So, Eva, just go to your appointment. All right? Your phone dropped for whatever reason. I'll be right back. We have a counseling service, and I have to admit, thanks to God, it is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, they have rough lives, They're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven. Eight 888-775-3773. Quick reminder, I will do shout-outs for you. Shout out. Go to buymeacoffee.com/JLP talk or Cash App. I don't know if they're right. Oh, my bad. Or shout out .fans/Jesse Lee Peterson. Shout out. So you got two avenues now. Shout out .fans/Jesse Lee Peterson or Cameo, CAMEO.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. No matter what the shout out is. And we have a newsletter that we're going to be putting out really soon. And if you like a free copy of it, no card charge, go to rebuildingtheman.com/subscribe. All right? rebuildingtheman.com/subscribe. And check out all our merch, and we'll get to that later. I want to go quickly back to BJ out of Dallas. BJ, you say that you are eternal optimist. What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, I guess. For communication purposes.
What does that mean?
That's how, that's how others describe me, because I smile a lot and I'm just okay in whatever situation.
And so you're not an internal optimist?
I mean, like I said, for communication purposes, like saying I'm a Christian, I don't think that means what people think it means, but it communicates a basic understanding of what's going on.
And so are you saying that you're not an eternal optimist?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't have a dial or a gauge internally that tells me, good or bad, but communicating to other people that the world doesn't bother me, I just live my life, is difficult. Maybe not to somebody that understands, but to most people, it's easier to just say eternal optimist.
But just to be clear, though, because I'm black and slow, are you saying that you're not an eternal optimist?
Well, I listen to your show on 1.5 speed so that you don't sound so slow. But
and so are you saying that you're not an eternal optimist?
Yeah, I guess that's kind of an identity. But But yeah, I don't hold to that. That's how people tend to describe me.
Oh, okay. So other people call you that, but you don't call yourself an eternal optimist.
Right.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I think that's why they come to me about being sad or depressed all the time.
And so your question for me is what?
I just wanted to kind of pick your mind about what. No, not your brain. I can't reach inside your head. About like how to, I guess, breach the subject to somebody about it being sad means it's time to wake up.
Oh, okay. By not planning on what you're going to say, always have a wait and see, and the truth will speak through you. It will give you the words to say.
Yeah,
because
I don't know why
if you plan to say
that.
it, if you plan what you're going to say, you're only doing it because you've learned what to say. And so the truth won't be able to speak through you. Satan will use those words, and you'll just use the same words on everybody.
Yeah.
So just have a way to see. Don't think about what you're going to say or anything.
Your opening monologue about people worship words.
Yes.
Yeah. That just hit me in a new way. I was thinking about how other people do it, and now I'm thinking about how trying to have something ready to say is another form of worshiping words.
100%. 100%.
Right.
And God wants us to overcome the world, so that means you got to overcome the influence of words as well. And they will deceive you because Satan uses words.
Yeah, he does. Absolutely. Hey, one other thing, real fast on a word, Christian word, the Trinity, I found out. The first time it was used, it was by a guy named Tertullian, and he was like the 150 AD to like 220, something like that.
Was he a Catholic?
So it was over 100. It was 150 years after Jesus, at the earliest, that word was ever used.
And was he a Catholic?
No. What's ironic about all this, or funny, I think you'll find it funny, is that Orthodox Christianity, like Catholics or whoever, they all think he's a heretic, and they condemn him as a heretic. But that's where the term was coined.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Worshiping words, man.
Yeah. People really believe, and I kind of already known that you need to overcome words, right? But do you ever listen to the Hake Report and the American Anchor Baby?
Anchor Baby doesn't have a podcast, does he?
Yeah, he does. What the?
Does?
What the?
I mean, I don't watch YouTube. What's his pod? Is he on like all the big podcasts?
He the American. It's called the American Anchor Baby. And his show is right after the Hake Report, right after the HakeReport.com. He's on Spotify.
Oh, man, I looked for it before and didn't find it. Well, I'll look again.
Yeah, he's on Spotify and everybody.
Is he going to take over Spirit Airlines now that they're out of business?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd take that flight.
Right on. So he's on Apple as well. But stay with it, BJ. Just stay with it so you can overcome words.
Yes, sir. That really is, I feel like, my last hill to die on, or the last thing to overcome, like not trying to have something to say.
Yeah.
Right on. That was worth the trip. Thank you, Jesse.
You stay with it, man. What were you saying about the Anchor Baby? Hey, you sent me all these notes, but I don't know what you're talking about. Hold on, BJ.
He's on.
Yes, sir.
He's on Spotify for sure, and his podcast is done through Substack. And if you open up, I don't know if you use Apple Podcasts, but you can open up your own private feed of his podcast on Apple Podcasts through Substack if you're not a Spotify user.
All right. Yeah, I'm not a Spotify user. I'll check that out, man. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right, BJ, stay with it.
Yes, sir. All the best to you guys.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
888-77 Jesse. Let me go to Josh. out of Sweet Home. No, Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind. Josh, you are on the air.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, Josh.
I was just calling to answer the biblical question.
Jesus said to deny yourself. What does that mean?
I said it means to deny the devil.
Okay.
And so you can just kind of replace. Every time I think of myself, it turns out I'm actually thinking of the devil. So you can kind of like just replace the word self with devil. And that's kind of he pretends to be me, you know.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll put my 2 cents in on Sunday, Josh. Let me ask, are you affected by words in any way, whether good or bad?
No.
You're not affected by words at all?
No.
And how were you able to overcome the effects of words?
By just realizing that, just realizing that it's this demon in me that tricks me into being affected by it, but it's like all a big illusion. Just realizing it's all an illusion. And I mean, ultimately, I do react to them when I identify with the devil, and I forget to not identify with it. But then I come back and realize that I got played again.
Amazing. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that, Josh. And again, I'll put my little 2 cents in on Sunday.
All right.
You still deliver in Los Angeles?
Yeah, but I don't ever. I'll be up through there sometimes, but when I usually come to LA, I just try to get in and get out, man, because it's too much. It's not trucker friendly.
Right. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, Josh.
But
Thank
I'll
you.
be up there soon.
I'm sorry.
I said I'll be up there one of these days. I'll stop by a church.
Right on. All right, buddy. Thank you, Josh. Stay
Okay.
with us. Stay with
No
us.
problem.
Stay with it.
Will do, man. Thank you.
All right, buddy. 888-77 Jesse. Super. Super chat.
Super chats.
Pastor Shadowley yesterday, 222 gold pills on pill.net, shared a tip for us, a dissertation on magic words.
Thank you. Amazing. I appreciate that.
Thanks as always.
Yeah.
Eric, 5 coffees. We don't want, we see what to do. He said, we don't want, we see what to do. The ego wants because it can't see everything is perfect.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank
Nice.
you, Eric. He also got 5 more coffees for us. 130 years ago, there was no such thing as dating, quote unquote, without family integration. The word didn't even exist. It's not the imagination telling you something is wrong. It's God.
Amazing. Thank you.
Very nice. Gregatron, hey, Jesse, how do you like the Great White Hope in Cuba? I think the Great White Hope is saving the entire world. What do you think, Jesse? I love the Great White Hope. Do you love the Great White Hope?
What manner of man is this? The wind and the sea and Netanyahu obeys him, and Putin obeys him. Some people call him king, and they hold king rallies around the world worshiping the king. Some people call him daddy, and they say daddy is home. I call him the Great White Hope. I love the Great White Hope. Thank you, God, and then thank you, the Great White Hope. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you.
And he put numerous question marks. Too many to count.
Amazing. Thanks.
Bree K, 5 coffees, no message. Thank you, Bree.
Thank you, Bree K.
Laddie, will you start streaming in 4K?
Where is that?
Is
that in this country?
They do have 4K in this country.
Oh,
4,000 pixels. It has to do with high resolution. Pretty high resolution.
Oh, it's not a location?
Right. Currently, we stream, I believe, in 1080. We used to stream in 720. Baby steps. Who knows, laddie? We may start streaming in 4K.
Right on. Thank you. Is that a good thing?
It would be a good thing.
Why
as
don't
long
we-
as you can also transcode it to like 720 or 360 or 144p for the people who don't have all that data to be able to handle the 4K.
So everybody have the data we have, though, right?
No. Everybody doesn't have as good of internet as we do.
Oh.
We're privileged.
Amazing.
Sure.
Thank you for the suggestion. We'll look into
Thank you,
it.
laddie.
Yeah.
Sharia. Pardon me if I'm butchering your name, Sharia. Love you, JLP and crew on Cash App.
Thank you. I love you back and appreciate your support. Thank you.
And that love is a purple heart emoji.
Right on.
Thank you, Sharia. Very nice.
What's the difference between purple love and red love?
Purple is more stylish and suits Sharia better than just regular red. I surmise. It
Repeat
looks
that.
nice.
Oh, purple love.
Yeah, look.
Nice.
I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of
Yeah,
bright.
I saw it. I
Okay.
love purple love.
Nice.
Thank you.
What's that cool video? Welcome JLP show member, as well as Groovy Psycho and Praxis X2A. Welcome JLP show members.
Right on. Thank you. I appreciate that. Right on.
Copo on Rumble, Copo 801, that is, American flag, salute 100, strong arm, and beer glasses clinking
Nice.
emojis.
Alpha male.
Indeed.
Oh, amazing. Thank you.
Totally. Words to name objects are not evil, says Maria.
Right on. Thank you.
Mike Young.
There is a right way to use words when you are not personally affected by them at all. Absolutely. Thank you. It's called practical words.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Mike Young. Hey, Jesse, I don't know if you're familiar with the late Neil Sedaka, but dead at age 86, and may his soul rest in peace. And are you familiar with some of his songs?
I am neither familiar with him or his songs. I don't know. Do you know that?
His name sounds familiar. He was a white man. He died. He was born in 1939.
All right.
I don't know if that's bright enough. That's
Yeah, it is.
big enough. The lion sleeps tonight.
In the jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
Breaking up is hard to do.
Ooh. What?
Breaking up is hard to do. Should have never let you go. Oh, Carol. One-way ticket. Laughter in the rain. He was a Juilliard trained I call it pianist, but it's pianist. Singer, songwriter, and composer. Rose to pop stardom in the 60s.
Well, I do remember the Lions.
Calendar Girl. I love my calendar girl.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Now I remember Mike. May his soul rest in peace. Mike said he dead.
The Tokens. Yeah, gone too soon at 86. He died in February of this year.
May his soul rest in peace, Mike. I do remember that one song. And the second one that Hake tried to sing. Thank you, Mike.
There is no try. Thank you, Mike Young. Jack B. with 4 American flag emojis on the Cash App.
Right on. Thank you. I appreciate your support.
David B. Keep doing God's work, my brother.
I will, and thank you for helping us to help others. I appreciate it.
Marcus G. All my life.
I had to fight.
I had to fight the blacks over a word. Mess. Laughing with tears. Multiple ones.
When you think about the idea that people believe that there are power in words.
It's silly when you think about it, but it happens to the best of us. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. Amazing. Thank you.
Eli 9a, words aren't evil when it is used for work or to describe an object, but what it is evil is the spirit behind the word which subjects a person inside.
Amazing. Thank you.
Eli with a follow-up. What this means is that when you identify a self in words is the same as living from an illusion of what a word is defined by the thoughts or temptation of Satan. Words are noises devoid of life.
Thank you. Amazing.
Sion's been a member for 6 months.
Hey, Sion.
By the way, Eli been a member for 2 months.
Eli coming, girls, hide your hearts, girl. Remember that song, Eli's coming, hide your hearts, girl?
I know that melody. Da-na-na-na.
Eli's coming, hide your hearts, girls. You remember that song, Anchor Baby? What?
I never knew those lyrics.
No.
I've heard you sing it.
But I've heard you sing it.
What?
I've only ever heard you sing it.
What?
What?
Oh, man, where y'all been? They don't have real music anymore. The world gone crazy. Thank you.
Jesse Love, Jesus is God, says Sion. And she wrote it just like that.
Is she playing?
Nah, I put that voice on her.
Is she joking?
No, I don't think she is.
Sion does not believe Jesus is God.
I think she's one of those Ethiopian Orthodox
Oh, are
Christians.
you? Does she pray to Mary too?
She just may, but I have never heard it. So, innocent unless proven guilty.
Sion, thank you, but Jesus is not God, but I understand that you've been told that, if that's what you're saying. I think you're joking, though. I'm going to leave it as a joke for now. I hope you're well and that you're back home in sweet USA. Sweet home USA. Thank you, Sion.
Rumble rant from Nick LeBoy. You're wrong about the subject involving Americans at odds with the Jews. We simply don't want AIPAC or IPAC to dictate over Americans who they want elected. Why should a foreign entity have this power? He asks.
Repeat that.
You're wrong about the subject of Americans at odds with the Jews. We simply don't want AIPAC, American Israel Political Action Committee, to dictate over Americans who they want elected. Why should a foreign entity have this power?
Well, my point, I don't even know what AIPAC is and all that stuff, all that mess. My point is that human beings are affected by words. They believe words have power. And so emotionally, they're affected to feel good or to feel bad, and not understanding that words are evil. And then I want to show you that the devil is fighting, is using the American people to fight the Israel people, and using, according to the Soundbite, using the Israel people to fight the American people. The devil is the same all over the world. That's my own point. Now, whatever y'all fight about, I have no concern about it at all. But thank you, though. I appreciate it. I got to take a break. One more hour to go. Back in a quick moment. Hate news is coming now. We have a counseling service, and I have to admit, thanks to God, it is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, they have rough lives, they're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingaman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven.
Crazy mess going on in this here world. Am I right or am I right? This is the end of our 2 already of Bible Thumper Thursday, y'all. It is the 21st of May. It's the 3rd Thursday of the month, ladies. Women's Forum tonight, all right? Join your fellow ladies, along with Jesse Lee Peterson here at Bond, right in Los Angeles, 7 p.m. Be there or be square. You don't want to be square, ladies. Nice. Okay. And then after the Jesse Lee Peterson show, this third hour is coming up. After this third hour, the Hake Report. I'm live 2 hours right after Jesse Lee. And then right after Hake, American Anchor Baby on YouTube and Rumble. He's also on Substack. It's uploaded after the fact, all right? Okay? AmericanAnchorBaby.substack.com. And from there you can find your however you'd like to podcast. Nice. Anyway, according to AP, oh no, I don't want to share that necessarily. Let me just tell you about Commie Nonsense Network a little bit. SpaceX filed for stock sale, IPO, initial public offering, that could make Musk a trillionaire. SpaceX officially revealed its plans to go public Wednesday. It could catapult Elon Musk's steady world-leading wealth to even greater heights. All right? And it's not like it's all in the bank. It's being used to make space stuff. And space is real, y'all. No matter how fake you think it is. You're fake. Shout out. Space deniers, welcome on the Jesse Lee Peterson Show, the Hake Report, American Anchor Baby, and even Punchy TV, I suppose. Did you catch Bill on Punchy TV? Nice. Vanessa Trump, that's the ex-wife, currently girlfriends with Tiger Woods. Vanessa Trump, ex-wife of Donald J. Trump Jr., and mother of 5, announced Wednesday she had been diagnosed with breast cancer, all right? And so, I don't know, she's going through treatment and stuff, and she felt the need to announce it. And thanked you guys for your support and prayers and things like that. Nice. And Ivanka said, we're pulling for you, mamas, or mama, or mom, something like that. Moms, even though Ivanka is her sister-in-law, ex-sister-in-law, I suppose. Nice. Anyway, did you know that, let me just tell you a little bit, there was this story. Oh, I told you about the 2 January 6th police officers who sued Trump to block the $1.8 billion lawfare fund, quote-unquote lawfare, which is what the establishment using the so-called law against political enemies, such as our greatest president Trump and his supporters. It's terrible. And against white people and stuff. But mostly it includes the January 6th people. Revolver News reports that Irish staff, they served Muslim migrants a pork sausage breakfast. It's just a traditional Irish breakfast, all right, during a deportation flight. And I wasn't necessarily into this story. I thought, oh, they're trying to just get one on these people. Like, nah, you're going to eat it and you're going to like it because Muslims don't eat pork. But it wasn't apparently malicious or sneaky. It was a full Irish breakfast for 24 would-be migrant men who were there illegally, who they were trying to get their asylum stuff, right? But some of them were removed for like violent or serious criminal behaviors or just failed asylum pleas. None of them complained, but some, like they had some dozens and dozens of police, like 3-to-1 guards. And some of the guards complained to the human rights person, saying this is inappropriate. They shouldn't have given them this. What a mess. That deportation flight to Pakistan from Dublin, Ireland, maybe. It cost like $474,000, which is over $500,000 euros to dollars. More than $500,000. Crazy, because of all the staff and rigmarole that they had to do for these people here. I'm James Hake. Now back to the Jesse Lee Peterson Show, Hour 3.
got to stand up strong. Ain't the truth about themselves to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I'm Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning. You can get involved by calling 888-7753-773, 888-77-JESSE, Jesse, Jesse. And my biblical question, Jesus said to deny yourself. What does that mean, to deny yourself? We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on jesseleepeterson.com/show, jesseleepeterson.com/show. And if you're running around and you're just too busy to just sit and watch the show, but you would love to still hear it, or even watch it as possible, but to hear it, you can podcast and you can still listen on your phone by calling the listen line on TalkStream Live at 605-615-4131. 605-615-4131. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to Buy Me a Coffee. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. It's Thursday. And every Thursday, oh Lord, not yours, Lord, is Bible Thumper Thursday.
I got news for you. We're getting closer to his return. And the closer we get to him, the faster things are going to happen. The faster the healings, the faster the deliverance, the faster.
Bible Thumper Thursday. What a mess. If you missed the first 2 hours, I highly recommend you listen, and especially the first one when we talked about words. How religious people, non-religious people, secular people, atheists, everybody use words, and they think that words have power. They think because they think about God or they read about God, they think they know God. Or read about atheists, they think they know atheists. Or whatever it may be, Judaism, Allah-Abbaism, they don't know that it's just words, and the words are deceiving you. And you identify with the words, and the words bring on emotion. Now you feel like you know God. I just feel like I know God. I feel like I know this or that. And it's just a word. And that's why you're still in the same old state of being. You won't even let the you fall to pieces. I'm falling to pieces, and you're being deceived by words. Not only your own mind, but in the minds of others. They're not pointing you back to the source that makes you free from words. They're pointing you to the source that makes you subject to words. And you call them a good teacher. Why do you call me good? Christ said, no man is good. They said, good teacher, good teacher. And he was like, what the? Christ was. Why do you call me good? No man is good. Amazing, huh? Isaiah 40:31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. That's not going to happen until you stop being you. All you have is you. You think you got God, but you got you. That's all you have is you. And as long as you have you will never know God. There's nothing he can do for you. And as long as you have you, you're going to take words as reality. You would take them as reality. Whether it's about God or the Son or Mary or the Holy Spirit or Allahu Abba, I think they say, what do they say when they're about to kill somebody? Oh, Allahu Abba, peace be to God or something? Something. All you gonna think, you just gonna think you have them because you, yeah, peace be to God, about to cut your neck off, your head off or something, according to. Oh, God is great. It's just words. And you think you know God because you got the words. It's just words. You must overcome words. If you want to be free, it's up to you. I want to give you an example, and this is an outward example of what is happening to you because of words. But it's happening inside of you too, and inside of others. Just words. Just speeches, just words. And this is an example of evil going on down there in Florida. And black Americans, but not only, have been controlled by words for over 70 years or so. Well, people always been controlled by words, except for those who overcome. But they have used words to keep blacks in prison for personal gain. So they can gain not the blacks who are in prison, but those who are in prison using you to get money and power, what they call power, perceived power. I want to show something that's so ridiculous, but yet it is believed because of your relationship with words. Being Crump on X, a historic, whatever that is, a historic, they call it, another fancy word to make you think it's important. Historic, another made-up fancy word. So you hear the word historic, and you go, oh my God, not to the historic thing, whatever it might be. A historic cemetery. When did a cemetery become historic? Think about that. You dead, and you call it historic. Oh, God. But this is the words. These words are used to control you. to make you feel something, good or bad. When people want to hurt you, or when people want to make you feel good, don't they use certain words? And if they can't make you feel good with certain words, then they use other words to attack you to make you feel bad. And you fall for it either way, not knowing that there's no power in words. There's no power in words. You believe words to be reality. But anyway, a historic black cemetery in Florida was vandalized with graves damaged. According to a report, Trump and DeSantis, with graves damaged, and Trump and DeSantis spray paint across the tombstone. So somebody, according to this report, spray painted Trump and DeSantis on the gravestone in this cemetery, graveyard. Graveyard, it's a lonesome place. Graveyard, it's a lonesome place. And I wouldn't mind dying if dying was all. You heard that song there? After dying, I gotta go stand a test.
No, never.
And I wouldn't mind dying if dying was all. You never heard that?
No.
Where you been?
Under a rock in a cemetery.
But anyway, they say that this graveyard, they call it historic. You know you're stupid. You call a graveyard historic, where death is and no life. But they made that word, put that word, attach that word onto it so you could think it's important. And then you can give them money. Because now they got to fight. But anyway, Trump and DeSantis spray paint Trump and DeSantis across the tombstone. And they would go on to say, our ancestors deserve dignity in life and in death. How are you going to have dignity in life and death? Watch this from Tampa Bay News.
Unfathomable.
Tyree Rome couldn't believe the condition of 17 graves the sheriff's office says were vandalized.
This is like a family graveyard, honestly. And to see how it's been decimated, it's heart-crushing.
But you can see a casket.
Some concrete crypt tops are off their base. Others have been smashed to pieces.
Hatred. That's the only thing that can come to mind is hatred.
Edward Bailey's great aunt is buried here. He says he rushed over tonight after seeing a local Facebook Live from people he knows.
You have to be angry at something like this, but then you also have to feel just remorse for anybody who does not know whether or not their family member can no longer be laid to rest.
I won't stop until you're in jail or you're punished for what happened.
One of the first to sound the alarm was Tracy Washington, president of the Manatee County NAACP, who has several family members here, including her brother.
So what I'm asking for right now is for a full, transparent investigation. And I want those graves fixed because they're due more respect than what they got out there right now.
A historic marker says the cemetery's first burial was in 1906, and many African-American farmers who grew tomatoes, celery, and cabbage, some serving in World War II, are buried here.
Why are you so mad for you to do something like this?
The question is, why are you mad at whomever did it? What the? Historic. They call it a graveyard historic. That's a money-raising word. Historic. Blacks. So my first thought, And I realize all thoughts are all lies all the time. So I could be wrong. But I wonder, did black people go out there and do that? Did a black person go out there and do that so they can cry racism and raise more money? I'm just wondering. And there's nothing in store about being dead in a grave. There's no honor in that or dignity. Let the dead bury the dead. Thus said the Lord. Not my words, but his. Christ, Christ, come, come. He's dead. Christ is like, what the? All right, go. I ain't got time to be going all over there to a dead person. Let the dead bury the dead. But you think death is historic and honor and dignity. And you worship the dead. Our ancestors deserve dignity, they say. More words to deceive you, and you fall for it because you think words have power. You think words are reality. Wake up. Why don't you wake up and live, you as an individual? Love God with all your heart, soul, and might. Pick up your cross and walk. Follow him and love your enemy as yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself, and you'll be free. If you really want to be free, free of words, free of everything, free of the world. They're free of the world, but long as you think about you, you're not going to enter into that freedom. That's just the way it is. You're going to fight. Everybody going to fight one another. Two devils fight in marriages, relationships, and in issues. Government issues, whatever issues. Two devils fighting. And both think that they're right, and no one ever wins. Have you noticed you don't win the fight until you walk away? Until you lay your weapon down and leave the battlefield? Then you win. Ain't no way no graveyard is historic or some stupid college. Historic college. Doesn't even make sense. But you fall for it. So I'm wondering if a black person did that. I'm just wondering. I'm not saying it did or didn't, but I am wondering. WTSP. Manatee County Commissioner voted unanimously today to allocate up to $100,000 toward security. I told you it's about the money. And they'll put some organization in charge of the money, and that money will be going to them and the organization. And the historic gravesite will still be dead. It's a money-making thing, folks, but you fall for words. But anyway, they want $100,000 towards security preservation efforts at the historic, I'm doing a hand sign thing here, African American cemetery following recent vandalism. I would seriously be surprised if a person other than a black person or people went out and did this. Remember how they used to cry uncle, or they used to cry ghost, and they found out black people did it when they were doing it to the schools and things like that at white universities. And there were black people doing it. They didn't come back and say, I'm sorry. They just went to the next event. And speaking of Florida, WTSP is reporting a Hillsborough County middle school teacher has been fired after a viral video appeared to show her hanging a black baby doll from a classroom television monitor using a cord. Watch this from Tampa Bay News.
Well, parents say they are beyond upset, including the mother of a 14-year-old student here at Barrington Middle School, horrified after seeing the video her son recorded inside his classroom. The now viral video clip, viewed and shared hundreds of thousands of times online, appears to show 63-year-old teacher Karen Whitmire Savage using an electrical cord to suspend a black baby doll from a classroom television monitor.
She took the charger cord and wrapped it around the baby's neck and tied it.
14-year-old Noah, who shot the video, says students can first be heard reacting with nervous laughter, then shock as Savage leaves the doll hanging in front of the class.
Everybody started telling her it was wrong and racist. I'm still in shock.
Nina Williams says her son immediately knew something was wrong and went straight to the office after class. She says he initially hesitated to share the video because he felt intimidated after Savage allegedly followed him to the office.
That's something I didn't expect my children in 2026 to ever have to deal with, seeing a lynching, whether it was real or fake.
Savage's personal social media pages describe her as a mother, grandmother, a longtime educator who calls teaching her gift and passion.
I hope that she's not allowed to teach again.
School officials say they are committed to making sure students feel respected, safe, and supported in their classrooms. For now, Williams, her son, and others here say they'll wait to see what disciplinary action, if any, the district ultimately takes.
Amazing, huh? So we haven't heard from the teacher yet. Some people suspected that it might not even be real. I don't know. But I do know it ain't worth fighting over, that's for sure. And I cannot even imagine, maybe, because I know how the mind works, maybe that white woman put that up there, did that. Why would she do that knowing with black kids in the class and then leave it hanging? She knew what would happen. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I just don't believe it. I need to hear from her as well. But can you imagine overreaction to something? It's a doll. And not a black baby. It's a doll. It's a toy. It's not a black baby. And two sides fight. And the devils fight. As I mentioned earlier, I've been hearing more and more about the relationship between some Americans now, whether Christian or not, and how they don't like the Jews. They're mad at the Jews. I don't know. I'm not in that fight. I don't even understand it quite yet. I do pay attention, though, to try to get understanding about it. What is really about? Well, apparently in Israel, there are some Jews over there that don't like the Christians. So two sides are fighting. Two devils are fighting one another. And both devils think that they're right. Because the devil doesn't know the devil is wrong. The devil doesn't even know that the devil doesn't even know the truth. The devil thinks he or she knows the truth. So according to this report, the devils in Israel fighting and the devils in America are fighting. And nobody's going to win. ABC News. Christian leaders and Israeli activists says aggression and attacks by Jewish extremists against clergy and nuns in Jerusalem are on the rise. Watch it from NBC News.
On April 28th, a French nun was walking near the ancient walls of Jerusalem's Old City when a man closed in and threw her to the ground. The accused Jewish extremist turned back to kick her, until he was confronted and kicked by a bystander. The incident went viral on social media and was condemned by Israel. But I wondered how isolated it was. Dozens of security videos and interviews with Christian leaders and a Jewish activist suggest attacks are on the rise and frequent, especially in the Old City. I spoke with Benedictine nun Sister Mary Magdalene, who has lived near Jerusalem for 30 years and regularly visits the Old City. How do you feel now when you come?
Now, when you come here,
Yes.
I am always quite afraid.
Afraid?
Yeah, like, what happened to the sisters, I'm aware that could happen to me tomorrow.
Amazing. Two devils fighting. And no one is going to win. I remember fighting against abortion, same-sex marriages, black people hated white people, attacking them. I've been dealing with that for years. Nothing got better. It all got worse. For years, I've been telling the blacks that your black leaders are deceiving you. They're using you for money and power, pretending that racism is it. It hasn't got better. So I just left the battlefield. I'm like, what the? And things are still getting worse. But my battle is over because I laid my weapon down. There's nothing to fight. And so they're fighting the Jews in America, and it sounds like the Jews are fighting the Christians in Israel. And both sides are going to lose. They are losing. We are commanded to love one another and not to hate one another. To love one another and not to hate one another. To love your enemy as Christ loved you. How can you fight your fellow brother or sister if you have love? How? Just think about that. You're not praying for one another. You're hating one another. And then you say, some say they believe in God, some say they don't. Other people don't. But neither side, if you don't have love, you don't believe in God. You don't even know Him. A commandment I give to you. A new one. It is all done, right? So a new commandment now, to love one another as I have loved you. And you are also to love one another. Where's the love in anger, resentment, good feelings or bad feelings? There's no love in that. That's hate. Israel police arrested a 36-year-old Israeli motivated by hostility toward a religious group. Watch this.
This evening, a Houston mechanic shot to death, execution-style over.
Israeli police arrested the man who attacked the French nun in April, identified as a 36-year-old Israeli settler from the occupied West Bank. He's facing charges of assault motivated by hostility toward a religious group. Israel's foreign ministry posted on X, this shameful act stands in direct contradiction to the values of respect, coexistence, and religious freedom upon which Israel is founded and to which it remains deeply committed. Adding Israel is also committed to ensuring that Jerusalem remains a city where every community can live, pray, and practice its faith in safety and dignity.
They're over in Jesus' hometown, on His land, and they're fighting one another. Where's the love in that? The treasure chest is, scratch off is now open on Peels.net. I'll be right back. I recommend you get a copy of my book, From Rage to Responsibility. I write about how the spirit of anger was taken away from me 29 years ago. I forgave my mother who tried to turn me away from my father, and I returned to my father, and through him, my father on earth, and through him I was able to return to God. No man or woman can return to God unless you go through the Son. And men are sons of God. There may be weak, pathetic examples of it, but it's the spiritual order of life. God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, and woman over children. So get from race to responsibility. I write about that. Go to my website, rebuildingtheman.com for an autographed copy, or call 800-411-BOND. And donate to my nonprofit, Bond, the Brotherhood Organization of a New Destiny. We are rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. If you don't have love, you as an individual are suffering. Because you're trying to hurt others, you're being hurt. You're being hurt. You're doing it to yourself. What you're doing to others, you're really doing it to you right away. I would suggest you get off the battlefield of hate and fighting and walk and live in love. Understanding that they can't help themselves. They're of hate. Satan is their God. Anyway, the Hake Report. Hake, not hate. H-A-K-E report is coming up at 9 a.m. this morning, right after the Jesse Lee Peterson show at the top of this hour. You don't want to miss it. TheHakeReport.com. And then after the Hake Report, the American Anchor Baby. The American Anchor Baby. At 11 a.m. Pacific time. And the Women's Forum tonight. For ladies only, the third Thursday night of the month. So come on down, ladies. And brand new episode tomorrow, if the Lord is willing and the creek don't rise. A brand new episode of the FallenState.tv. I had a very interesting discussion with Leonard Jackson. He's an actor, CEO, and entrepreneur. Watch this.
Next time on The Fallen State.
What made you decide to run for governor of California?
Mental health, addiction, housing, economic opportunity. Toyota, Tesla, they're all leaving.
Yeah.
Black History Month, I want to get rid of it. These poor kids are coming up thinking they're second-class citizens.
Yeah.
Black History, whatever it is, we're making it worse. I'm all about stop crying about it and do something about it.
Does your wife obey you?
No.
You ever had sweet potato pie that was so good, made you want to slap your mama? Amazing! And you can support the Fallen State by becoming a member there on the YouTube channel or JesseLeePeterson.locals.com. All right, check it out. And check out Billy on Punch TV. Bill did a brand new episode yesterday. It was interesting. Bill on Punchy.tv. All right, amazing. Don't forget to like these videos, follow, subscribe, ring the bell, do all those amazing things. Super. Super chat.
Eli 9A, biblical question and response.
Jesus said to deny yourself. What does that mean?
It means not to believe what thoughts in your mind say that you are, which makes you live a fake persona that you think you are. which increases the hold of the ego of Satan in you. Pardon my halting reading of that.
Yeah,
would you like me to respond, to reread it?
Please.
It means not to believe what thoughts in your mind say that you are, which makes you live a fake persona that you think that you are, which increases the hold of the ego of Satan in you.
Amazing.
I understood it.
I'll put my 2 cents in on Sunday. Thank you very much.
Eli.
Yeah, thank you, Eli. Coming. Thank you, Eli.
Tin Man 801, a heart emoji, a red one, on Rumble.
Thank you, Tin Man. Amazing.
Alexander from Florida, attempting to clarify my question from yesterday. A while ago, I asked about drinking in moderation, and you said if you want to have a drink, have one, but don't drink to get a feeling. How do we know if wanting to even have the one drink is from our practical thoughts or our imagination? He asks.
How do we know what now?
Whether the feeling, how do we know if wanting to even have the one drink is from our practical thoughts or our imagination?
Practical thoughts are not from the imagination.
No, that's why he's saying, how do you know if it's practical or if it's imagination?
Oh, so he doesn't know the difference between imagination and practical?
Yep, especially in regard to getting that drink.
If you got to go to work and you have a car and you're getting in your car, is that practical or imagination? What do you say?
That's practical. Get in that car and get to work, buddy.
I don't quite know what point you're trying to make. I wish I did. So maybe you should call me. Or make it clear. Because you understand what you say? I'm black, so I'm just not quite understanding how you're missing with the drink thing and all that up.
Mm-hmm.
When you want water and you drink water, is that practical or imagination?
What if I want beer? Like Justice Kavanaugh. I like beer.
And where's Justice Kavanaugh now?
He's in the so-called Supreme Court, and he's the best Trump pick. Top of the dung pile, but...
He's the dress pump?
He's in the Supreme Court. He's the best Trump pick. He's better than Amy Barrett or Gorsuch, Neil Gorsuch.
Oh, yeah. What a mess.
Yeah. But that's not saying much. But anyway, is it practical to drink beer at all?
If you want it, as long as you're not using it to escape.
Right.
In moderation. You know what I mean?
I think the key, Alexander, baby, is watching yourself.
Right. Don't.
And don't try to judge blindly if you don't know.
And don't be worried about what's practical or not practical.
Yeah.
And then you would know. All right. I hope that helps a little bit. Alexander's from Florida, right?
Yeah. Hannes.
Is Alexander doing the silent prayer so he can always be present?
Let me look at his chat. He doesn't mention whether or not he does the silent prayer.
Alexander, are you practicing being aware of where you are and what you're doing at all times? Let me know that. All right? I wish you well, though. I really do. Amazing. Thank you.
5 coffees from Hannes. Thank you, Jesse, for everything. And he quotes from a purported book of the Bible, one of the Catholic Bible, I suppose, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, verse 25 and 26. Do not let water find a leak. Do not allow a spiteful woman free rein for her tongue. If she will not do as you tell her, get rid of her. You're right again, Jesse.
I rest my case. What the? Amazing. Thank you.
3 coffees from Sion. I'll cook some collard green and ham hocks for your birthday and ship it. What do you think?
Good. Can you throw a few yams in there, too?
I'm only going to be cooking pork just for my Jesse.
Right on. I appreciate that. My birthday is tomorrow, right?
Indeed.
If the Lord is willing and the creek don't rise.
22nd.
And speaking of birthday, I want to tell Amy from Texas. Amy called yesterday and said that she and her sister has sent me and the anchor baby a birthday present. We got it. Because the anchor baby birthday was early in the week. Amy from Texas, we got it. from you and your sister, and it was amazing. Matter of fact, it was one of the things was hog head cheese. And so I came into the studio during the Anchor Baby show and gave him some. Did you like the hog head cheese, Anchor Baby?
Yeah.
Did you like? You did?
Yes.
Did you like it, Nick? I mean, Hake?
You know how I call women who are not exactly full-blown attractive, mildly attractive sometimes?
Right.
And also they could be mildly repulsive. That's how I felt about the hog head cheese. It was mildly tasty, certainly tasty, more than mildly maybe. But I was also mildly repulsed by the slimy, squishy texture. I got into my imagination a bit, and it told me that I don't like it that much.
He's so 55 anyway. Hey, man, don't worry about hate. He's 55. You know you like ketchup on his food.
Indeed.
His mother spoiled him.
Yeah, she didn't force me to eat stuff I didn't like that much.
Right. But I enjoyed it because growing up in Alabama, when we would kill hogs for meat at the end of the year, like December, we would make some hog head cheese out of it as well. And it was good. So in Texas, they love hog head cheese in Texas too. So thank you. I got both gifts. Thank you. Amazing. Thank you, Amy.
And Sion continues many more years. Balloon emoji for Jesse, spiritual father to man all over and the world and women. I still believe Jesus is God, though.
Why?
She doesn't elaborate.
That's a why.
Why, Sion?
And what else? What else she say?
That's real love, disagreeing and still continuing to love you.
That's right. But why do you believe that? Are you one of those Orthodox people?
Oh, serious.
Are you like one of those Mary worshipers? And then on the weekend, y'all close the building down at night, cut the lights off at your church and cry for Mary? What the? But thank you, Sion. I appreciate it. Absolutely.
Thank you, Sion.
Yeah.
Elise, have a blessed week, guys, and thanks for the help with 5 coffees.
Right on. Thank you.
Jailbell71, Jesse, today's my B-Day, and I just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done for me. I've come so far this past year. If it weren't for you, I'd still be out in the same sad, evil, I'd still be the same sad, evil chick living in her hell. You the best. Shout out, heart, and stars multiple times.
Who was that?
Jailbell.
Jailbell, you stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. We're having a women's forum tonight. I don't know where you are, but if you're in the LA area, come on down at 7 p.m. Amazing. Thank you.
Thanks kindly, Jailbell.
Yeah.
VMST 80. I thumped my Bible so hard that some animals fell off Noah's Ark. Now they're living in my living room making a mess.
What a mess. That's funny. Thank you.
Very cool. The Hake Report.
So is Sion Orthodox?
I assume so because that's what all Ethiopians are.
Oh, really?
They're either Orthodox Christians or they're Jews. I made this up. Info may be false. Disclaimer. I'm just kidding.
You made that up.
I totally made it up. Authoritatively, huh?
It sounded real.
It sounded real, huh?
Words so deceiving.
Right. So is Scottish humor, if that's Scottish.
Amazing. Thank you.
The Hake Report.
So he doesn't know what he's talking about with that.
That's true. The Hake Report gifted the cookie. Sorry about that, y'all.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Hake. Jamie, I'm the backwards man. The backwards man. The backwards man. I can walk backwards faster than you can. I can walk backwards faster than you can. I'm the backwards man. Pardon me, I might have butchered those lyrics.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and thank you, guys. I do believe that's all for now.
Oh, amazing. Thank you all. I appreciate your support, helping us to help others.
Oh, Nick LaBoy. Sorry. It wasn't all for now.
Okay.
I bet the people who destroyed the cemetery looked like this. Dark black emojis of gals and guys and curly hair and bald head. Mike emoji. Pregnant man emoji. Thank you. Meaning he thinks that it was a hate crime hoax.
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, nowadays.
Yeah.
What a mess. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick LaBoy, and apologies. I almost missed it.
Right on.
And thanks. I think now that's all for now.
Thank you all. Amazing. Let me go to Brady out of Arizona. Thank you all very much. Brady, you are on the air.
Good morning, Jesse. How are you, sir?
All is well, Brady.
Hey, I got a quick Bible question for you today.
Okay.
How are you supposed to love thy enemy when thy enemy is trying to kill you?
By loving God first.
If you follow that philosophy, you're going to meet your maker real quick because you're going to cut your head off because you're a Christian.
And
the Jewish people, the Jewish people consider anybody that is not a tetragrammaton believer, which is their God, they call us goyim, which is a cow.
And do you accept how to love your enemy? I told you how. Do you accept that?
You just had that little report that gave of the 36-year-old.
No. I asked you, have you accepted?
None.
Brady. I asked you. You asked me, how do I love my enemy? How do you love your enemy? And I said, to first love God with all your heart, soul, and might. Then you can love your enemy. Do you accept that?
Okay, I believe that what God said is you must take up the sword.
No, Brady. You asked me, how should I love my enemy? I said to love God with all your heart, soul, and might first. Then you can love your enemy. Do you accept that?
That's fine. That's your philosophy. I'm ready to take up my arms.
Do you accept that?
Yes, I accept that's your point.
No, it's not my point. It's God's point. It's not mine at all.
I don't believe that point. I believe that God said you should protect my family and any one of your friends.
Brady, when God said for you to love him first and foremost.
Okay, then, I'll love him first while I pick up my...
Brady, hold on, Brady.
Go ahead.
When he said to love him first with all your heart, soul, and might, and to love your enemy, do you accept that from God?
Well, is every statement that God made completely correct?
Do you accept, Brady, do you accept that from God?
That's fine. You're supposed to love thy enemy. But
Brady,
I don't
Brady,
you
asked me a question. I told you how God said to love him with all your heart, soul, and might first, along with nothing or no one else, and then to love your enemy. Do you accept that from God?
Yes, I accept that. That's the way Jesse Lee Peterson
No.
Brady,
I'm telling you, I'm asking you, you wanted to know how to love your enemy. God told you how to love your enemy by loving him first. Do you accept that?
Okay, I accept that, what you're saying, yes, Jesse.
So, no, do you accept that from God?
He might not have made a correct statement because your head's going to get cut off if you follow that philosophy.
Brady, do you accept that from God?
Yes, I accept it from God, but the way that they've turned it around, you know how they've changed words on this planet.
Do you accept that? So do you love God, Brady?
Correct, yes, I love God.
And do you love your enemies?
We just went around and said, my enemy's trying to cut my head off.
Brady, do you love your enemy? Brady, do you love your enemy?
No, they're the same ones that destroyed Christ.
Brady, do you love your enemy?
No.
But then you don't love God.
No, I love God.
No, you don't. God said to love your enemy. How are you going to leave that part out?
You're telling me to love the devil?
No, God told you to love your enemy. How are you leaving that out?
The enemy is okay. Here's my second Bible question.
But no, we haven't dealt with the first one yet.
Well, I got a quick one.
No. We haven't dealt with your original one yet.
Okay, let me just ask for one for tomorrow.
No.
How can you love the
Wait
enemy?
up. And then she came. Thank you, Brady. I got to run. What now? Let me go to Rick out of Hampton, Virginia. Rick, you are on the air.
What's going on, Jeff? You doing all right this morning?
All is well, Rick. Come closer to your phone.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? I want to ask you,
Ask.
Y'all, why is it that, when people say don't judge me, that's the first thing people say now. But we're supposed to judge between good and evil.
No.
So, you get what I'm saying?
No.
Justin?
How you going to judge between good and evil and you don't know what good and evil is?
You got me you trying to back me in the corner there, Jesse. but okay then. If somebody go slap somebody, what are we supposed to do? Just be neutral?
How will you judge between good and evil when you don't know what good and evil is?
Well, can I say this? If it ain't love, it's evil.
But you don't even know what love is.
Love is God.
What?
Love is loving God and loving yourself, loving your neighbor. Isn't that love, Jesse?
But do you have that?
Yes.
And so then why do you...
I had it.
I'm sorry?
I had it. I can't speak for everybody else, Jesse.
And so how are you able to judge good and evil then, since you don't know for yourself?
I guess, Jesse, so if I don't know what love, I was thinking love is loving God first and then loving your neighbor as such. But what is love then?
But if you had love, how is it possible to judge your neighbor?
Oh, okay, now I see where you're going with it at. Okay, so if you have love, you wouldn't judge a man, but you would just be an example, pretty much.
If you have love, how is it possible to judge at all?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
No, that was a question.
Oh, question. Well, if you have love, why would you judge? That's what you're saying.
No, I said if you have love, how is it possible to judge, period?
You know what, Jesse? I don't know the answer. You see what I mean? Okay, well, either break it down so I can understand it.
If you had love, you would never judge. It would be impossible to judge anybody for any reason or anything for any reason.
So you're saying when people judge people, it's about their ego and their anger.
100%. They're of their father, the devil. That's why they play God.
Oh, okay. Now I see where you're going with it.
And so do you judge?
You know what? I tried not to. I try to be. Here's what I do, Jesse. I try to be understanding. It looks like somebody tell me, "Hey, man, I just slapped my wife. I didn't mean it." Well, then I would say something like this in return. Did you apologize to her? And did you solve what caused it?
And so do you judge?
You know what? In that case,
not that case. Do you judge ever?
I judge. You know what? I try not to, but sometimes I do. I get guilty of it. Like I would say something like, "Hey, you shouldn't have done that."
So do you judge?
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't mean to judge. I don't judge to be angry at the person.
But why do you judge at all then?
Ooh. I guess I should stay neutral. Just encourage them and love them and tell them to carry on smartly.
But why do you judge
right?
at all?
I guess too, I say, Jesse, I don't mean to, but maybe sometimes I don't even realize I'm judging. You know, sometimes you feel like, hey, man, you know, you don't want to do that because you may go to jail. And I don't intend to judge the man's heart because I can't. But that'd be my intentions, Justin.
Rick, I appreciate your call. I got to run. Amazing call. Thank you.
Hey, you give me the answer, Justin.
Call me tomorrow, and I will. But until then, smoke on it.
Yeah, you gave me a big cigar to smoke on that one, for sure.
All right.
Love you, Justin.
All right, buddy. You too. Super.
Nice. Super chats. Nikki313 with 3 coffees, buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. My teacher used to say something like, quote, "The mind is a graveyard. This is where dead people live. There's no difference between the graveyard outside and the one inside. LOL, just thought I'd share."
Well, God bless your teacher. That must have been from the good old days. Teachers don't teach like that anymore, the truth.
Nice.
Teachers are dumb. Amazing, thank you.
And thank you, Steel Toe Morning Show, raiding the Rumble stream of Jesse Lee Peterson on Rumble.
You gotta know how to rumble.
Nice to hear from you. I think you were on his show.
Absolutely, thank you.
And thank you, guys. I do believe that's all for now.
Amazing, thank you. Oh, amazing. Stay with us. The Hate Report is coming now, then the American Anchor Baby. And the ladies forum tonight. I see y'all tonight, ladies. And to the callers, call me back when you can. I absolutely appreciate it. I am out of time. Bye.
Whoa. So you get something went wrong, but face the truth about yourself and just seek first God's kingdom, cause you must know that so you get something went wrong, but
The views, information, thoughts, and opinions expressed during this show are the individual's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of the JLP network or Bond. Their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. The material and information presented here is for general information purposes only. The JLP Network and Bond name and all forms and abbreviations are the property of its owner, and its use does not imply endorsement of or opposition to any specific organization, product, or service.
So, here's what I recommend. I invite you to download my silent prayer.
I know some people have called in and they wonder if the silent prayer is working. And I just want to take a second and to tell them that it works. You just have to stick with it.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I started doing before I even forgave my parents. And I was so depressed and suicidal at some times that I just would have to stop in the middle of my job or whatever I was doing and go into the silent prayer. And it really does help. Like, I don't have those anymore.
Amazing. You haven't seen anything yet. Doubt every thought. Bring every thought into captivity. Just let them all pass. Don't judge them. You haven't seen anything. It gets better and better and better and easier. So my gift to you, no charge, at rebuildingtheman.com/church.